All right, everyone, welcome back to now our 8th monthly U City Council session of the 2024 term year. My name is Ruby Tovar Contreras, and I'm your president, and I'm so excited to be here. If we could go ahead and begin with roll.
Mosley.
Here.
Wellington.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Tovar Contreras.
Here.
Mosley.
Here.
Let us please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reverend Michael Job. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say happy early birthday to Wellington.
Thank you.
Yeah, her birthday's tomorrow. And then you have a birthday, Maggie, right, coming up. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And so let us go to the Lord in a word of prayer. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, dear Lord God, just for guiding us this evening. Father God, we ask that you just guide the thoughts, dear Lord God, of this U City Council, Heavenly Father, and bless those in which that support it. Father God, just let this go forth, oh Heavenly Father, as they go and nail out, dear Lord God, the agenda. We thank you and praise you once more and again. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
All right, as I mentioned, I'm your president. My name is Ruby Tovar Contreras, and this will be our last U City Council session of the year, since next meeting would be on Thanksgiving. I think we all can say we love our families to at least some degree, enough to want to spend some Thanksgiving time with them. Same with Christmas, we want to spend time during the holidays. But again, this is our last meeting. I just want to thank everyone who's always been supporting us, those in the audience, those watching on the live right now, and those who will be watching the live after it's been posted. If we could go ahead and begin with the next item, please.
Item 4A, oral communications from the audience. Please limit your remarks to 5 minutes and to items not on the agenda.
So this is the part of the meeting where we ask for our audience participation. Again, please limit your remarks to 5 minutes, but we enjoy hearing from our audience.
So I just want to take a minute and thank each of you for the hard work you guys have put in this year. You guys have really done a great job and really stepped up to this position and the role and the responsibility with it. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the process and that you've learned something along the way. And I hope that you guys apply again or find something that you learned here that you can apply in what you choose to do next. So I just want to say you guys did fantastic, and I loved having you on the council.
Thank you. That was one of our board members. Shout out to Heather Job, her husband Mike Job, Esmer, who's right there. Thank you guys so much for always supporting us. I know we would not be here today without you guys, and your support does mean a lot because it does show that people do want to support us and do want to invest in the youth.
Thank you. That was really kind. Ruby, I know it's your senior year, and so this is not only your last Youth City Council as a senior, but in general, I know there's a lot of big changes coming up, and all of you are moving up a grade, and that's a whole nother big change that's coming up. And I just want to thank all of you for all of your hard work in ensuring that our youth have a voice in our community. Especially this past weekend, thank you for those of you that came to the Freedom Fund dinner for the NAACP. It was a great event. There were a lot of community partners there. And thank you also for asking if the first annual Hispanic Health and Resource Fair needed volunteers. Whenever there's a need for volunteers, I always say, I know some youth. And a lot of people are like, yay, like it's almost like you are known in the community for your hearts and the community-driven spirit that has allowed for a lot of these events to happen. So thank you so much for doing that. I just wanted to highlight a couple of things that are happening this weekend regarding the Hispanic Health and Resource Fair. So there will be free health resources by Hutchinson Regional Medical Center from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the Reno County Health Department that include resources on their WIC program, smoking cessation, family programs, immunizations, flu and COVID-19 shots, family planning, maternal child health, hospice and home care resources on grieving the loss of a loved one, and self-care for caregivers. Horizons Mental Health Center will be there with depression and anxiety screenings. Their lab will have lipid testing, and for accuracy of the test, you'd need to be fasting before you go, but they'll explain that to you. Imaging services, kind of like with Juneteenth Health, will include carotid ultrasound screenings. There will be a lactation specialist. There will be family practice, home medication lists and pill organizers. Some dietitians will be available for consultations, forensic nursing with their SANE department, as well as stroke education. But along with that, we'll also have the mobile consulate from Kansas City coming to provide free resources with their migrant education, and then also their resources like passport renewals and consulate IDs at a low cost. We will also have Salt City Dental with the first Spanish-speaking dentist, Dr. Aldo Macias, will be there from 8 to 6 p.m. Interfaith Housing will be there with their Plinko board. People's Bank and Trust will be there from 8 a.m. to 11. United Way will be there with their Dolly Parton Imagination Library. The Hutchinson Public Library will have a take and go booth, and then they'll be there in person on Sunday. And White Oak Real Estate will be there with 2 Spanish-speaking realtors. So there's a lot of good things happening. After this Health and Resource Fair will be the Southwest Breakdown Fiesta, which a lot of you have also signed up for to volunteer set up. So thank you so much for all of your help with that and ensuring that this weekend is a success. Thank you.
Quick question. For those on the live or in the audience who might not know what a mobile consulate is, can you kind of explain what they do?
Yeah, of course. So a mobile consulate is essentially a mobile unit that brings resources for passport renewals and consulate IDs. This one specifically for Mexican nationals who need that updated. And people can come to a nearby location if they don't have the ability to drive to Kansas City all the way. It's not always accessible for everybody. So these mobile consulates are listed at the beginning of the year. And Hutchinson, this is the first time on the list. So that's really exciting. They are no longer open for appointments because they are filled. And so it's over 300 people that will be provided this resource that they really desperately need. So, yeah, well, thank you.
I have a quick question. Sorry.
I'm trying to leave too quick.
So
apparently.
when you said the dentist, you said 6 to 8 p.m. Do you mean, or 8 to 6 p.m. Do you mean 6 to 8?
No, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will be there all day.
Okay.
Just kind of being able to talk to some people, maybe who have never been able to speak to a dentist regarding their health concerns in Spanish.
Okay.
So he's also taking new clients at Salt City Dental. So, yeah. Any more questions? I should probably ask that before I move.
I think from me that should be it, unless anyone else has a question. No, we're all good. Thank you so much.
Thank
I also extremely admire how we're also focusing on the youth here too with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, because maybe for like a lot of kids that could be their first time actually having their own personal book, you know? And I feel like even if you don't like reading, it does truly help you in your life skills. And I know I'm a reader. I have my own library at home. But I don't think I would be the person I am today without having had that access, especially to something so grand. But thank you so much.
Yes, my little sister really likes the program. She really likes the books that they send us. She has this one book. It's called Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors, and she used to love for us to read that to her.
I also agree with that. I remember getting those books, and as my little sister goes through that, I personally read them, and I personally love them, so.
Yeah. And I know a lot of those resources will be extremely beneficial to those in our community, especially with the background that you and I both grew up in. Sorry, I don't get my adverbs right. But not even adverbs. Oh my gosh, my English is failing. It's okay. But again, just thank you so much for letting us know. I know it's going to benefit a lot of people. Thank you. Right. If we could go ahead and if there's no one else in the audience who wants to communicate, if we can go ahead and move on to the next item, please.
Item 5, business items. 5A, potential aid to hurricane victims discussion.
So we kind of discussed this in our study session, especially like with the recent tragedies involving the hurricanes and how much damage they've caused to not just people but to property and all of the above. But we were kind of thinking about also providing the idea for next year's city council. If there's another natural disaster, are we going to plan to do anything to help and relieve some of those troubles? So I know we discussed it.
I feel like we should mention it to the next council, because of natural disasters don't really they do get attention, but not many people want to help. And if we can get our community to help, maybe it could help people that have been very really affected by the hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff like that.
So, I know that we wanted to kind of help with everything going on right now, but with the time that we have left, it's kind of looking slim to none that we can. So, hopefully everyone out there is doing okay. But I would love to see the next council kind of, step in when it's needed, because you can I am so sorry. You can learn a lot from helping people out and just getting to know someone else's situation. So I want to see next year's council, when something like this could happen again, to see them step up and kind of help out when needed.
I kind of feel like we should definitely strongly mention to next year's youth city council that maybe we should come up with a plan that we could, implement if a natural disaster to the same degree that we've experienced happens. So that way we know what steps to follow, in order to properly respond to that. Because even if we don't, because it'd be very crazy if Kansas were to experience a hurricane right now, it doesn't mean that we can't help. And even if they're several states away, they're still people. At the end of the day, they need help. But I think that's what we should mention to next year's city council.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's always good to have a little plan figured out, just so next year's council knows what steps to take in order to help people. Again, just because it's not happening here doesn't mean that we can step up and kind of help out with the process.
And I don't think anyone will ever accuse anyone of giving too much help to people. That feels a little silly. So, all right, do we have any further comments? Hearing none, if we could go ahead and move on to the next item.
Item 5B, multiple unhoused drives per year discussion.
So because it took us some time to plan the unhoused drive we had in July. Was it July? Yes, it was July. In order to properly plan for that, we need to have a study session, which we did. But unfortunately, we wouldn't have enough time between now and by the time our term ends for us to adequately prepare for that drive again. I feel like it's definitely plausible to do it the beginning of next term for whoever's on the council, because again, we're kind of running short of time in order for us to properly advertise it, to just let people know that we're having this drive. It took us a while to even, from the planning stage to actually advertising it, to actually posting it. It took us quite a bit of time, and I'm not sure we'd have enough time to properly execute it.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with that. But I think we wanted to kind of make it kind of like a yearly thing for to start it. But again, because we're running out of time, it's not able to happen in time. So I think we want to strongly recommend to the next council, if they're watching this video right now, to try to push out another on-house drive, because I know it helped a lot of people, or is going to help a lot of people. So I think our best idea right now is to really try to push it out for next council, because I did learn a lot from those.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. When we were advertising the unhoused drives, a lot of people came up to us and were thanking us for even doing this, because they really needed it, because they don't have the money for the resources that they need. And I feel like helping the community with getting them the resources that they need will help everyone else.
I definitely agree with this, because many people are going without with like the summer because they need like shorts and t-shirts and stuff like that. And I'm very thankful that we got to do that for the summer. And many people are very thankful that we did that for them. And I think that we should definitely recommend that for the next council, because many people are going without and they need a lot of supplies and stuff like that. So I think we should definitely recommend it to the next council.
I know it was very manageable for us to host the Unhoused Drive. I know we can do it yearly, and we also said we discussed it about doing it several times throughout the year. So hopefully the new city council in the future is looking back on this video and maybe getting ideas from what we're talking about. I know we discussed hosting drives in the winter and the summer because they're two very opposite, seasons. And obviously what we need now in the summer would not be applicable to the winter. I know we did get some blankets from the summer drive, which will definitely help people, especially in the upcoming winter. But how would you guys feel about the potential?
I feel like it would be good to have one for the winter and the summer. Since the seasons are so different, it's it's easier for us to just do two, so then we don't have like extra supplies, and sometimes the stuff can expire that they need.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think I've heard from other people that they kind of liked having it every year because it's good to know you can bring someone. Hopefully you understand what I mean, but like it's a good idea to have somewhere that to drop off stuff. So I would like to have it every summer and winter. But again, strongly encourage you guys, if you are coming out for youth city council, to encourage other people to do that, because again, it does help a lot of people.
And if you do plan to host it in the winter and summer, make sure you properly advertise that, because if you wait, you probably need more than 2 months just to advertise it, just so people know. And I know Third Thursday was our main form of advertisement there, but I think we need more than just Third Thursday in order to let people know.
Yeah, I feel like we should try and go to more events, so then more people know about us, and we can advertise the events that we're trying to do to help the community. And also the Unhoused Drive, I felt like was really fun to see how many people came in and donated all this stuff, and I feel like it was really helpful.
I know for it wouldn't really work in the summer because there's no school during summer. Otherwise you somehow didn't do so good, and now you have to take summer school. But if in the winter, it could be a potential possibility for us to get the schools involved. But again, this is just all planning for the future. But
unfortunately, we're not able to do it this term, even though I bet all of us wish that we could push it out.
But we want to make sure it's the best of our ability, and we know it's not going to be that if we don't prepare for it in a timely fashion. But do we have any further comments? No? All right. Hearing none, go ahead and move on to the next item.
Item 5C, new applications for the Youth City Council are currently available on our social media and in paper form.
So we also discussed this in our study session. We said we were going to take some paper copies with us and go to our schools individually, tell whoever it is in charge, the principal, of course, but talk to the secretary, talk to the people in charge, and ask them if they could do an announcement over the intercom type of thing. I know for all our schools it's different, but we also said we were going to take a few of the flyers that had the QR code, which would take them to an electronic version of the application, just in case they also wanted to do it online as well.
Yeah, I know personally, I'm going to make sure I hang it up everywhere around my school. When I do get the posters, I am going to talk to my principal here soon. But if I do have a little bit of extra posters, I might go around to other, like, I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm going to hand it out to friends and other family, and then kind of just, like, go from there on social media and stuff like that, and strongly encourage all my peers to sign up.
I think it would also be beneficial if we also were to give them out to businesses or organizations where a lot of teens hang out, like the library, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just hand them out to like different businesses. Like maybe we can ask Crow and Co. or Metro, because I know my friends and me sometimes go there, and a lot of people like it, both Crow and Co. and Metro. The library would be amazing because I know a lot of people go there during the weekends and the weekdays just to hang out and read.
Yeah.
I have talked to my principal at the 7th grade, and he has put up, so in the mornings we meet in the commons, and we have this like big board, and he has put the QR codes onto the board, so all the school can see it, and I'm going to start I'm gonna start happing out. I'm gonna start passing out paper forms so people can see. If they don't have a phone, then they can still sign up, and so then people can get more involved in the community.
I was talking to Esmeralda a while back ago, and I asked her if they still did third Thursdays in the winter months, and she said they did. It was inside a Memorial Hall, correct?
The December one is usually for the gingerbread houses and just like the holiday specials. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe potentially in November, feel free to jump in or tell me that I'm completely nuts for suggesting it. But would it be possible for us to do one last third Thursday together as a council just to talk about our applications?
I feel like that's a really good idea. That'll probably also help, not just with the schools, but people, like with people knowing more about it. Because I know some people don't listen to the morning announcements just because they're like tired and they're just not very excited.
So I just thought I would jump in on your suggestion. You guys can decide to do whichever way you want, but third Thursday is the day before applications are due.
Oh, gotcha.
So just be aware of that.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that the date won't be moved. It's been moved before in the past, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that.
Yeah. Here's my personal opinion. I would probably still say we might want to get the applications out there on third Thursday, simply because me personally, I got my application filled, and I originally got it and filled it out the very day before it was due. So it could happen. Here I am. Look what happened now. But I would still push ahead with it, so because I have firsthand experience with it. But what do you guys think?
I definitely agree with that. The only problem is getting two people to make references that quick is the only problem. But if you do think we can okay, if we do think that could happen, I think we should still push through with it, even if that's not the best. Yeah.
At the best case.
Yes.
I think that a big part of that will also include like their interest. If you have someone that you see at third Thursday who says, I'll fill it out, is it okay if my references are not in until Monday or whatever, then we will have that communication with them.
Yeah.
But it's different if there's no communication of, yes, I'll turn something in and my references on Monday. We'll work with them. For sure, but that's maybe you can catch someone that has that interest at third Thursday.
Yeah.
So
I would probably not wait until last second. Like, Ruby got really lucky and she got it all filled out that night. But I would not wait until last second, because sometimes you can't find the references before the due date. And even if you do have communications with the with the people who are doing the interviews and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I would still not wait until last minute. I would get it at least a week before the due date.
Yeah.
So then you're not late to it.
I agree with that. Last year I did not do good. I got it done an hour before it was due, but luckily they switched the date, so I was good. But that was very stressful, and I did not like it at all. So I would highly recommend getting it done, like at least a week before it's due.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is that we're a little bit of we're just kind of in that hole of procrastination is what I'm hearing. But as Heather mentioned, there's no guarantee that the date will still stay the same. So maybe the date will be moved. It's kind of like a tossed coin. You know, it could really go either way. But I think it might be easier to get references, especially if we're in school during that time, because both of my references, my second year, were teachers. So if you have a teacher who's like really good at guiding you, who's kind of like a mentor figure to you, ask them. But I know we try to get your applications in before the due date. Please, it would save us a few headaches. But again, maybe the date will be moved. There's no for sure way of knowing, but who knows? Maybe the date will be moved. So that's what I think. Why I think we should keep with the third Thursday. And if we don't move the date, and it is kind of last minute, we could still advertise who we are. You know, there's
Yes.
no such thing as bad publicity, in my opinion. I know you're looking at me. It's kind of odd, but I think for the U City Council, I think we'll be fine.
And then maybe more people will watch the lives and
Mhm.
stuff for the next kids' terms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and just it's like a cycle that keeps on repeating. Like the more people watch, the more they might want their youth to get involved, and if the youth see that they are supported,
And maybe they'll get their grandkids, nieces,
Mhm.
cousins to sign up because
Yeah.
they think they might like it. Because I know it's a really fun experience just being here. It's really helped me get out of my shell a lot. They definitely do push you a little bit just to make you get out of your shell.
Just a little bit.
So go.
And even if you're not interested and you're a kid and you're just like not kind of interested in this, talk to teachers. They can also push it out to other students that may want it. And even just talking to your friends, like even if you think it sounds silly, which it's not, still push it out to your friends because you never know.
And if like you guys, if any of you guys have like government teachers, history teachers, feel free to talk to them, see what they think about it, and if they're willing to, you know, kind of discuss it among the rest of the students, because this is civic engagement. Come on. But I think from what I'm hearing is you'll probably catch us November 3rd Thursday. So feel free to talk to us then. We're not scary. Right?
We won't bite.
It is Halloween, right? Not right now, but it's going to be Halloween. But do we have any further comments? Nope. All right. Hearing none, go ahead and move on to the next item.
I think the next item might have answered itself.
Yep.
Third Thursday.
Well, I think when I put third Thursday on there is we definitely want to recommend the future U City Council to participate in third Thursdays. Third Thursdays did help a lot. I know when we hosted the youth fair in May, we definitely recognized a few of the people from third Thursday. I think third Thursday is not the only way we advertise, but it's definitely one of the stronger ways we advertise.
Yeah, I definitely saw a lot of people coming out from Third Thursday, and that kind of just shows that people do care and that they do want to help us. So, I hope the next council really does enjoy going to Third Thursdays and pushes Third Thursdays, because that is a big way to get a lot of people to know about us.
Yeah, Third Thursday I feel like is a really fun time too, because you see all like sorts of people and they really want to talk to you too. It's really fun seeing all like the different types of stories you hear from different people. I know that I've heard some pretty interesting stories that are pretty like funny and really cool.
Like Maddie said, you really just meet so many interesting people with different backgrounds, different stories to tell. And you'd be surprised. We've gotten a lot of support from our community as well. People who have wanted to help us on our endeavors. And I know we got some volunteers from Third Thursday for the Cow Creek cleanup, which I think went very well. I know we did find some interesting things in the creek, but I would definitely recommend the future council to participate in Third Thursdays and potentially hold another Cow Creek cleanup.
Also, with the Third Thursdays, I realized that when we ring bubbles, kids really liked seeing our stand, and they would get super excited.
Yes.
And also some adults, too, who would get really excited to see the bubbles.
Could I count as that adult? Because I would take bubbles home.
Actually, a few adults did participate in the bubbles too, which was good. You know, it's good to be a little young at heart. But do we have any further comments on Third Thursday?
I know that we participated in, I don't know how many Third Thursdays. I think it was like 7, something like that. But being at Third Thursday really helped the youth city council kind of get more people from the community to know what was happening and if they could get into more community things and get more involved.
Yeah.
It's a very good opportunity to get closer to your community, and yeah, the Third Thursday is a good thing to have as like a regular thing.
Yeah.
To push more things out. Sorry, that was not really put
Like,
together.
besides just like community engagement, like I feel like Third Thursday is like how we really bonded together as a council. It's more like, it's also like a bonding activity too.
Yeah.
Because I know I knew Maggie and Maddie previously, but like I really got to know Kaylin and Mackenzie with Third Thursday. But
Yeah, I feel like it's a really good bonding experience for the next council if they at least go to a few Third Thursdays. Because I know it's like we're trying to get us out there and have people know us, but also we need to like communicate with each other and learn how we talk to each other and stuff, so that we can get used to each other and it's easier to discuss at the council meetings.
mm-hmm. And like I feel like with that type of experience, we're able to like fully understand like our skills and like what we're best at, what we're not so great at, but we can get better if we get some help, you know. But I really feel like Third Thursday should be a continued thing that we do
Yeah.
as the UCD Council.
Because I know before Third Thursday, we didn't really talk much. Like before the meeting, we had like this study session that we were just trying to get used to each other and stuff, and it was kind of awkward because I didn't really know those two, and so it was just kind of awkward. But then when we got closer, it just seemed like they're like more like friends now than before.
Yeah. It's really important for us to be able to trust each other, I feel like.
First off, thank you. Second off, looking from it at a different aspect, I learned about businesses and other communities along the way of Third Thursdays, because you know there's so much people that just come in and participates in Third Thursdays.
Yeah.
So also looking at it from that aspect, that I did get to learn about other communities along the way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know a couple businesses that I don't think I fully knew what they were until they were at Third Thursday. And like, I feel like I'm regulars now. Like, you guys got to know why I love Pisacos so much. We got to taste like some amazing food, met even more amazing people. So, yeah.
I definitely remember like one of the first Third Thursdays, Ruby bought me some of the
Garlic knots.
Garlic knots, and they were amazing.
Oh yeah, and then I feel like after that we just got a little closer.
Yeah.
And
That
then
was awesome.
Esmer bought the what are they called? The
Or the
circular-
chicharrones.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Those are the best.
Those are so good.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see, we got a lot closer together as a council, as a board, and we also got to engage with people, and people got to know more information about us, which I think was the whole point about our Third Thursdays. And hopefully, the future UCD Council, strongly recommend again, will continue that tradition. Do we have any further comments? Okay, hearing none, if you can go ahead and move on to the next item.
Item 5E, upcoming events.
So we all have some events that we know of that are coming up. The library is hosting a teen creativity contest for grades, 6 through 12. Applications are due by November 30th, and there's different genres you can submit your creativity form in. There's basic art, music, short story, poems. I know they've recently added music, but again, that deadline is November 30th. There should be a QR code on the library website. As Esmeralda previously mentioned, the Hispanic Health and Resource Fair is this Saturday. It's from 8 to 6 p.m. and the Southwest Bricktown Fiesta that had been previously rescheduled because of weather will occur from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. if I am not mistaken, and we will be there to set up from 4 to 6. And my school, shout out to you guys, is hosting a blood drive on November 7th. That is a Thursday. I know a lot of the blood we will manage to collect will also go down to help some hurricane victims as well. So there's one way to support our hurricane victims. But that's all I have.
So Tuesday, November 12th at 6 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center, or as known as the PAC, there is going to be our 7th and 8th grade band concert. If you want to come out and support us, feel free. Again, it's Tuesday, November 12th at 6 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center, otherwise known as the PAC.
I heard of this event coming on around for Halloween. It's called the Trunk or Treat and Haunted Bus. And it's on Halloween from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And they will be serving hot chocolate, apple cider, and they're going to have a chocolate fountain.
Rise up, Reno.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Wait one second.
On the 26th.
The Hutchinson Health and Rehab, which is 2301 North Severance.
And then
Yeah.
then October 26th, I believe, which is the Monday before Halloween. Rise Up Reno is hosting pumpkin aries at the, I forgot what it's called, but it's one of the radio stations along Main Street. It starts around 6 and ends around 8 or 9. And there will be, I believe, hot chocolate, cotton candy, and hot dogs.
I know I love a good
There will
Halloween
be
experience.
games and other activities for the kids and adults.
I love a good Halloween party / gathering. I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat, cannot get through scary movies at all. But after Halloween, obviously we have November, and before we have Thanksgiving, we have a very important holiday, and that holiday is Election Day, everyone. So please, if you are able to vote, go ahead and vote. There's nothing spookier than a very sad, lonely voting poll. I made that joke twice already. Thank you.
Ruby, so a question about the blood drive that your school is
Yes.
hosting. How old do you have to be to donate?
You have to be 16 in order to donate. I know, I'm so sorry, but if you are younger, we worry about your safety and your health. But again, if you are 16, feel free to register as a blood donor. And if you are 16 and do plan to donate blood, there's one on November 7th. Again, that's at Trinity Catholic Junior Senior High School. Shout out to you guys again. But again, please vote in your local elections. They are very vitally important to our community because not only do they impact us, they impact us more directly. It's very important it's very important that we get the right to vote, so please use that right. I know for a lot of communities, and not in the United States, don't have the same privileges that we do. So please use your privilege and vote. Don't let anyone else influence you into how you should vote, which way you should lean. Vote based on your own morals. So please vote.
Yes, I feel that voting is very important. because of so many people fought to give us this right to vote, and we should say thank you by actually voting and helping our community now to be better.
Yeah, if you don't like how something is being run, vote. That's like one of the major let me rephrase that. That's our main legal way to remove someone from office. That's your best shot at making your opinion heard. Even if you think your opinion won't change anything, it's that kind of thinking that lets everyone decide how we should act or like how we should vote. Because one vote not counted could have made a difference. It really could. But I think that's all I have for upcoming events. Does anyone else have any events?
I do have 3 events. This might take a few minutes. So first there is the Pumpkinaries, which is a
Kind of like a youth event.
Yeah, Mackenzie mentioned that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, back to my other 2. Sorry about that. There's the Boo at the Zoo, which is at the zoo, and that is in Cary Park, I believe, is what it's called. It is on October 26th, and it is from 12 to 5 p.m., and there will be hot chocolate. You can wear your costumes, and there will be candy, and you can go around and get different candy from different, like, trunk or treat kind of like thing, but it's at the zoo. And so then the other thing is there's this annual shop and treat event downtown, and it is on Saturday, October 26th again, from 2 to 5. Look for candy shop signs and fun inflatables along Main Street when you visit downtown merchants. Head over to 14th and Main to enter the official downtown Hutchinson community contest, or costume contest, sorry. There will be first, second, and third prizes, and those will be awarded in categories of children, family, and teens, adults, by public vote after this event. Winners will be announced on Halloween. The sponsors for the costume contest will be Epic Events and Designed Co. Participating downtown merchant candy shops are Spinners. Yeah, I think. I'm sorry. Wildflower Boutique, Apron Strings, Lit Studios Paint and Pottery, Be Epic Events, Board and Brush, Toy Depot, Gale Wall Photography. Express employment will be at Spinners R Us, or in us, sorry, or in Rust. Sorry, I cannot speak right now. Sugar Time, the Body Shop Spa, Hutchinson's Historic Fox Theater, Holly's Sweet Treats, Sleep Shop, Furniture and Clearance Center, Sew and Two Quills, Harley's Bicycle, Hickory Stick, My Salon, Bookends, Salty Cycles, Salvation Army Thrift Store, Flag Theater, Salt City Brewing, Axe It Up Hutch, Crow & Co., Smith's Market, Friendly Bingo, and Sage River Market. That's a lot. That took a little bit. That's it.
All right. Do we have any other events?
I think just regarding the Boo at the Zoo, there will also be the celebration for Day of the Dead, and there will be a pet ofrenda so that you can bring, Yeah, it's really exciting. So we're partnering, Hutch and Harmony is partnering for the 3rd annual Community Ofrendas at Crow & Co. Books and at the Hutchinson Zoo from October 26th to November 3rd. You can start at Boo at the Zoo to bring some memories of past loved, beloved, cherished animals, pets, all the things. And the zoo will also be honoring some of their I don't know how to call them, loved inhabitants that have passed away. There's been a lot of deaths, unfortunately, across, like, nationwide, in zoos, and so it's really cool that they're also opening that up for not only those that have passed at the Hutchinson Zoo, but also for you to bring any memories for your beloved pets. And you're welcome to bring a picture and honor them, like, by taking a walk if they liked walks, or bringing some of their favorite treats and stuff like that. So it'll be really cool for the pet ofrendas at the Hutchinson Zoo.
Okay, I'm trying not to cry now.
It's just so sad. It's so cute.
I think we will definitely be participating in that.
Yeah.
That sounds like it will be really fun, and it'll probably bring people close together with their shared experiences with their pets.
Yeah. For those who might not be as enriched in the Day of the Dead culture, can you kind of explain what an ofrenda is and why it's so important?
Yeah, so in the Hispanic or Latinx culture, an ofrenda essentially commemorates the passing of a loved one and honors their life by being able to celebrate them in different ways, beginning October 26th through November 3rd. And it highlights some of their favorite memories with said loved one. And it also lets you bring in items that you remember, or make food as a family to put up at the altar so that your loved one may, in passing, I don't know if any of you have seen Coco, but that movie kind of explains it a little bit more. It's really in depth. It's actually really, really cool, but I don't think we have the time. If you want me to give you a full ofrenda, like 101, I would love to, because it's a day-by-day breakdown. But it begins, with either the lost souls or people who maybe aren't remembered, so then you put out water for them. And so little things like that to honor people who have passed away that maybe you don't know or never had a chance to meet, but those that maybe needed someone to remember them. So
Yeah, and I know that ofrendas, like, occasionally differ from household to household. I know our family has our own traditions as well. But it's really so great to see how we're involving the community in this, and I know it will touch a lot of hearts.
I love how you mentioned Coco, because that's actually the exact way I've learned about it. I've watched that movie like 6 times.
So what I'm hearing is there should be a Youth City Council movie night starring Coco.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
I
a good
agree.
idea, Ruby.
Be on the lookout for that, I guess.
Before our term ends, just saying.
Yeah. But yeah. I think that's it for upcoming events. Yes.
Think so.
All right. If we could go ahead and move on to the next item.
yes, item 6, closing remarks by Youth City Council members.
As YouTubers say, shout out to everyone. Shout out to our audience. Shout out to the people who are watching this in live. Special thanks to the people who are also watching this in the future. Special thanks to our IT guy, Todd, for always, making sure we sound good, muting us if we ever needed to be muted. Shout out to our board. Just our volume. But thank you to our board, for always supporting us. Thank you to our community. My goodness, I never knew that we would be getting so much community support until, we actually got that community support. And especially from the city, too. They're really trying to make Hutchinson a place for our youth. And I think that's so vital to our community, because we're the ones who inherit what you guys leave us. And I think in order to, want to stay here and wanting to be happy, I think we need to be involved in what goes on within our community, because you learn things that you'd never thought you'd know.
Wow. Okay. So I remember just signing up in the first place. So this has all been so fast. I want to thank basically the whole list Ruby just said, my peers for helping me through this, Heather Job and Mike Job and Esmer for bringing us through, and my parents for always, supporting and bringing me here, and my sister. I also just want to thank the past council for even making this possible for us to even get all of this done. I also want to thank Todd, our tech guy, for helping us out, because there has been times. So just thank you, everyone that's been there for us.
I would like to thank everybody. I want to really especially thank our mentors that we've had, Heather, Mike, and Esmer. They've really helped us with a lot. I feel like I will definitely be signing up for next year. I love this. I feel like if we didn't have the support from the city and the community, this wouldn't be possible. Also, the last council for helping us make up new ideas and build on to the ideas that the past council made, but weren't able to fully plan out because of their term ended.
I definitely think we should give some more credit to the past Sioux City Council, because no matter how bumpy the road was, they're the ones who stayed on that path that led us to have our seats and who we are today. They're the ones who kind of set everything up. And shout out to all the people who helped set up that first board, even if they're not here with us, because, well, we're here today. The City Council is still alive, and I hope it continues on for many, many years.
I have loved this experience, and I want to shout out everyone that has helped us along the way. And even though I have not been here very long, but I have learned that even though you don't think that your voice is heard, you can still get your voice heard. Even if you are not involved in the community, you can start being involved, and it's okay if you don't want to be loud about it, but you can at least get your ideas and your voice heard by other people in the community. And I think that if we have enough youth that would like to share their voice, then applications are open, so get your voice heard. I want to thank Todd and Esmer and Heather and Mike Job for all the tips and things that we need along the way. And I just want to say thank you.
I definitely want to say I am definitely reapplying. I've already gotten everything done. So
She is on it.
yeah, I already got everything done, so I'm very excited. And I would also like to thank Ruby, because I know she was here for the past council, so she kind of already knew everything going on, and I know she was a big help to me trying to get everything figured out. So I just wanted to say thank you, and a great send off to you. Hopefully college is great. So I just wanted to say thank you.
This was an amazing term. I got to meet a lot of new people, and all the events we hoped to set up, and got people to and the fundraisers we did, and the people and the sponsors we got to partner with. It was all really fun getting to meet all of them. The youth fair was an amazing experience, and meeting Heather, Esmeralda, and Mike was like a great part of my year, because they forced me to get out. They forced me to get out and meet people.
I know we definitely got a lot of love and a little bit of tough love from our board this year, but thank you guys for always pushing us. And unfortunately, this will be my last term on the Youth City Council, as I will not be eligible to run next year because I will be going off to college. But thank you so much for everyone here. And even if you don't want to be on the youth city council, show up to the meetings. I mean, we're the reason. No, you're the reason we're here.
Just us, guys. Just us.
Obviously.
I had to, rephrase that. But we're doing this for the youth. We're doing this because we want to support you guys. We want you guys to be heard. That's the reason why we exist. So please, if you ever need guidance or if you ever want your opinion heard, no matter how small, show up to our meetings. I promise you, we're not scary.
Even if you don't want to speak.
Ruby's kind of scary when she wants to be.
No, I didn't think about that. I promise I'm not scary. But again, thank you everyone for watching us. Thank you everyone for supporting us. That truly does speak volumes about how much you really want the youth here. Because, again, we're kind of important.
Just kind of.
In an effort to keep all of you not just civically engaged, but just engaged in the community, we know you will be, and because we see you with all of the amazing things that you do. But for all of you, a little bit of maybe homework will be to look up the Love Where You Live survey results, the full report. There are a couple of community meetings. I pulled up the ones that aren't during school hours. So there is one, the Hutchinson Community Workshop is October 29th at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And that one is at the Hutchinson Public Library. The October 30th one at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is at the community room at the Dillon Nature Center. But I also wanted to highlight that there's a lot of big projects like the Star Bond project with the city, the new Hilton that's happening, that's being built over by the hospital, the new Evergy gas plant. Those are all things that are happening in Hutchinson. But I want to go ahead and take the moment to let all of you know that it's important for you to understand what that means, what it entails, who are all of the people involved, so that maybe if there's something in there that you want to get to know a little bit more of or kind of do some more research on, feel free to do that, because we cannot stress this enough before I lose my voice and or cry, because you guys are so kind. It's just so important for all of you to know what's happening in our hometown, locally, civically, and just even being able to have the youth involved in a lot of these conversations will mean you doing the research to understand what's happening and how fast it's happening or how slow it's happening and what can be done about it. So there's never a moment where none of you shouldn't ever feel that you can't speak up about something that you feel really strongly about. So
I would also like to thank my mom because she really helped me want to sign up and help me make sure that I was doing everything I could to help the community and have my voice heard. She's really helping me a lot with public speaking, and I don't think I would have done this if she wasn't here.
You're gonna make mommy cry.
She just got done crying too.
Oh,
Too many tears.
I'm so
guys.
I'm so sorry to break up the sweet moment, but on last year's council, we kind of typed up some, final message. Not like that, but like.
She
but
doesn't mean dying.
No, I do
Okay.
not. I mean like a sort of, hi, welcome to the Youth City Council message for the next Youth City Council who was in that position. So even if you run again and you do get the same position, you get a letter from yourself.
I feel
But
like that would be a good idea.
yeah, or like maybe like answer some questions like what to expect in that role,
Yeah.
or like some advice.
Maybe something that we had questions about,
Uh-huh.
and maybe other kids do too
Yeah.
once they get the position.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go ahead and type out those letters. Just even if you do get the same position. There you go. Letter from yourself. Way to be.
Is there a limit of how much you can type? Because there's going to be a whole manual.
However long Google Docs word count is.
I would
think
expect
that,
nothing
world's your
less
oyster.
from you. Mackenzie.
I mean, I'm not a
Caitlin.
strong typer, so it's going to take me a couple days. But that's okay.
Days?
Yeah.
Don't your fingers not just give out in the middle of it? Just like cramp up, like
like
that. Put those wires
you
under
go.
there.
I remember mine from last year. I'm not sure, the treasurer. I'm not sure if you ever got my letter, but mine was like, I think 2 paragraphs long. I believe I think that's what it is. At least Heather had to read through it, but I think that's how long mine was.
I don't remember what I ate for dinner, so I have no idea.
If you don't have it or you don't know where it's at, I think you should copy it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Won't do you any good.
And
I
if
do
you
have
want, you
mine.
can use it as an example for what I'm not saying what I'm not telling you what to write or what to type, but it's like kind of like something you might get your brain flowing. Words are hard. It's okay.
Yeah, I was going
Words
to
are very
do the
hard.
same thing. I was just going to look back on the letter that I got and get some ideas from what they wrote down.
Yeah, I know those were definitely, at least to some degree, I hope helpful, or at least to some a little bit inspiring. But again, thank you everyone for always watching us, always supporting us, and I don't think I have anything else to say.
I'm surprised I don't have anything else to say.
We all are surprised.
I'm gonna miss these chairs.
Oh, yeah.
These chairs were comfortable, but the
I
chairs.
had to.
Oh
adjust
yes,
my-
the chairs are very comfy, even if you're sitting for an hour.
Yeah,
In the
but
first meeting, I had to adjust mine so my feet would reach the floor.
Me
Still
too.
don't.
Me too.
I think that was a shared experience for all of us.
Yes. My
But
feet still don't reach the floor, but
we're closer now. But again, thank you everyone. And is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn. Is
I
that how you say it? Yes.
I
Yes.
second.
Fantastic. If you could call roll.
Mosley,
Yes.
Wellington,
Absolutely.
Campbell,
yes.
Tovar Contreras,
Yes.
Mosley,
Yes.
Wellington. We need a yes, or a
Yes.
no. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Meeting is adjourned.
Guys, I'm sorry I had to do that. I wanted to do it. I was like,